Akandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanati Nirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sthavaram Jangramam Vyaptam Yad Kinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Bhavaji Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shiroratnam Virajitam Padambujaha Vedantam Buja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samaruda Tadvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Pradatacha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atmajnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhava Sindhoscha Jnavanam Sarasamparaha Guru Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Guru Radhikam Tattvam Na Guru Radhikam Tapaha Tattvajnanat Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Radhiranadisha Guru Paramadaivatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Prema Vattaraya Vidmaye Guru Devaya Dhimahi Dhanno Vishwananda Prachodaya Dhanno Vishwananda Prema Vattaraya Vidmahe Sadguru Devaya Dhanno Vishwananda Prachodaya Dhanno Vishwananda Prachodaya Vimavataraya Vidmahe Sadguru Devaya Dhimahi Dhanno Vishwananda Prachodaya Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Devataraya Dhimahi Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Premavataraya Vidmahe Sadgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayat Tanno Vishwananda Keshavaya Namah, Om Padmabhujaya Namah, Om Mandagamanaya Namah, Om Sharumbaradarine Namah, Om Ramaya Namah, Om Mandirastapakaya Namah, Om Shri Pavarshakaya Namah, Om Gayatriyashvane Namah, Om Arpana Srikarakaya Namah, Om Vishnu Pujakaya Namah, Om Namo Narayane Mantrapasakaya Namah, Om Swaramayaya Namah, Om Majurakantaya Namah, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lulupaya Namah, Om Stotra Priyaya Namah, Om Mitapashine Namah, Om Bhakmine Namah, Om Chitrakala Visharadaya Namah, Om Ratadharaya Namah, Om Sadhave Namah, Om Jagapantaya Namah, Om Sarvalokahitaya Namah, Om Bhakta Priyaya Namah, Om Surdaya Namah, Om Anukulaya Namah, Om Neyaya Namah, Om Sudarshanaya Namah, Om Bhaktavatsalaya Namah, Om Premamurtaye Namah, Om Shubhekshanaya Namah, Om Pritivardhanaya Namah, Om Swastidayakaya Namah, Om Tarakaya Namah, Om Anugrahaya Namah, Om Vardhanaya Namah, Om Architaya Namah, Om Artaya Namah, Om Siddhipradaya Namah, Om Janardhanaya Namah, Om Manoharaya Namah, Om Mahakshaya Namah, Om Sireshwaraya Namah, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namah, Om Atmalikaya Namah, Om Lingakshana Pratsakaya Namah, Om Siddhisaranaya Namah, Om Madhavaya Namah, Om Omkarapasakaya Namah, Om Sukshmaya Namah, Om Vishokaya Namah, Om Satvikaya Namah, Om Samadarshine Namah, Om Lakshaya Namah, Om Achityaya Namah, Om Nirankaraya Namah, Om Nirmohaya Namah, Om Avyagraya Namah, Om Chitakrodaya Namah, Om Vinayashilaya Namah, Om Svavashaya Namah, Om Kushalaya Namah, Om Shamaya Namah, Om Satyadharmaya Namah, Om Nirvikalpaya Namah, Om Viraktaya Namah, Om Atindraya Namah, Om Satyasandaya Namah, Om Pavitraya Namah, Om Madhurasvabhavaya Namah, Om Suranadaya Namah, Om Nandanaya Namah, Om Prasatmane Namah, Om Bhaktanidaye Namah, Om Sakshaye Namah, Om Samatmaye Namah, Om Sadayogine Namah, Om Haraye Namah, Om Sutapaya Namah, Om Samyaya Namah, Om Guyaya Namah, Om Vimuktatmaya Namah, Om Gabiraya Namah, Om Guptaya Namah, Om Atmaramaya Namah, Om Srinivasaya Namah, Om Devaya Namah, Om Vyutikaraya Namah, Om Danyaya Namah, Om Gurave Namah, Om Duratikramaya Namah, Om Gahanaya Namah, Om Bhagavate Namah, Om Harisharana Margadashakaya Namah, Om Kutasvajagartakaya Namah, Om Aviprayaya Namah, Om Sarvamata Samadhyaya Namah, Om Shamaikatavardakaya Namah, Om Paramahamsa Sri Vishwananda Swami Namah. Ato Deva Avantuno Yato Vishnu Vichakrame Vedya Saptadamami Idam Vishnu Vichakrame Vedani Yate Padam Samo Damasya Pragum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnu Gopa Adahya Tato Dharmani Daryene Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yogo Vrtani Vaspase Indrasya Yujasaka Tad Vishnu Paramam Param Sada Pashyanti Suryaha Divega Chakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagruvaruk Sasamindate Vishnu Paramam Padam. Tano वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समाप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् श्री कृष्ण विष्णु मधुसूदन केतभारे नारायण अच्युत विक्रम चक्रपाणे तेजादि सर्वधर श्रीधर वासुदेवा गोपाल कृष्ण हरे तव सुप्रभातम् श्री रुक्मिणीश भवनाश हरे मुरारे राजेश गोपश स्वरूप रमाभिवन्द्य श्री बालकृष्णजनकूटपते भुवनैकमूर्ते गोपाल देव हरये तव सुप्रभातम् लीलाकृते कमलरूप वराहमूर्ते त्रैविक्रमाय गुणने प्रभु राम राम श्रीराम कृष्ण रघुनन्दन कल्किरूपा गोपाल कृष्ण हरये तव सुप्रभातम् गोविन्द माधव मुकुन्द परात्परेश दामोदराक्षधर नन्द कदाकिशोरी गोप गोपीजन संयुत दीनबन्धो गोपीजनप्रिय हरे तव सुप्रभातम् भक्तिशाय भुजगाधिपतल्पशाय जलभक्तरसदर्शाय रमङ्गशाय श्रीगोपवाममधुदर्पसुधादिशाय गोपवल्लभ हरे तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीकश्यपाद्रिसुखनारद गौतमादि ब्रह्मर्षि सङ्गमणि सङ्गमभारतेषु तिष्ठन्ति देवतव दर्शन भाग्यहेतोः गोपालशेखर हरे तव सुप्रभातम् मन्दारचारि तुलसीदलमाल्यकाव्यहे माल्यानि अञ्जलिपुटे समुदाहरन्ति तिष्ठन्ति त्वद्भवतदारतले मुरीन्द्रः राजा मनोहर हरे तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीरत्नयं पदति गौतमकानगूयः गायन्ति सद्गुणगणो वरदाश्रमार्गः संकीर्तयन्ति तव नाम कदा विशेषः श्रीनारदारि ऋषयः तव सुप्रभातम् गोवर्धनोदरन गोपकिशोर गोपा गोपीजनामृत सुरेश भवाब्धि पोता त्रिलोक्यमोहन सुमङ्गल दिव्यदेहा श्रीरुक्मिणीश वरदा तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीवत्सजीन शरणागत पारिजाता भक्तादिभञ्जन कृपाकर दीनबन्धो दीयन्तकायति जनाप्रिय दिव्यरूपा श्रीनन्द गोपतनया तव सुप्रभातम् पद्मक्ष पद्ममुख पद्मधरा प्रमेय पद्मालयस्तरित पद्मनिवास शोरि पद्मोपवाति सुरसेवित पादपद्मा पद्मादिनाथ हरये तव सुप्रभातम् वृन्दातले विहरणाय महेन्द्रवन्द्य कन्दर्पदर्पहर दीनसुरेशरूपा चन्द्राननाय सितचन्दनदिन्ददेहा गोविन्दराजहरये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीनन्दनन्दनय शोलकुमारधीर मायङ्गदीनदविचोन सुपुष्पहार नीलं मुदाः सुशरीररमाविहार गोपालदेव हरये तव सुप्रभातम् श्रीभस्मिचक्रवर्ति सत्यसुगन्धिभद्र श्रीमित्रविन्दविवसा प्रभुपुत्रकार्यहे Tishtanti Dija Bhavameta Sevanada Gopi Manapriya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyuta Ananta Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayona Nishamvadanti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Patanti Ahadesham Bhuri Kritam Mahapapa Shri Krishna Grahe Tuka
Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Chintamani Prakarasat Masukalpa Vriksha Lakshavyateshu Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Seryamana Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Vedum Vadantamaravinda Taksham Paravatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandalpakoti Kamadiya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Karasatvanamali Vanshi Ratnangadam Pranayake Likala Vilasam Shyamam Kribangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalindriya Vrittimanti Pashanti Panti Kalayanti Chiranjaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achyutam Anadimamam Tarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Vandastu Koti Shatavatsara Sampragamyo Vayo Ratapi Manaso Munipungavana Sotyasti Yatra Padasimya Vishintya Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ikyopya Saurajaitum Jagadanda Kotim Yajantirasti Jagadanda Chayayagantaha Anantarasta Paramanyuchayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yadbhavavavitadiyo Manujastateva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhushaha Sukte Yameva Nigama Pratitestu Vanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitavi Tavirya Eva Nicharupataya Kalavihi Goloka Eva Nivasatyatilatma Buddho Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Manchana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena
Santasya deva hirareshu vilokayanti Yam shama sundaram achintya guna swarupam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Brahmadi murti shukalani yamena tishtam Nanavataram akarot bhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramam pumanyo Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yasya prabha prabhavato jagananda koti Koti svashesha vasudhari vibhuti vina Chadramanishkalamanantam ashesha bhutam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Maya hi yasya jagadat dashatani sute Tegunyatat vishayarida vidayamana Sattva vara sattva vishuddha sattvam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Ananda chinmaya rasatmataya manasu Ya praninam pratiphalam smaratam yupetya Lilayitena bhuvanani jayati jasram Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Golokanam ninichadam nithale chatasya Devi mahesha haridama sudeshu deshu Hete prabhava nichaya vihataschayena Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Srishti sthiti pralaya sadhana shakti reka Chayeva yasya bhuvanani vibharti durga Ikshadurupamapi yasya cha cheshtate sa Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Kshiram yatha tadivikara vishesha yoga Sanchayate nahi tata pratigasti heto Yajambutam abhitata samubetya karya Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Dipachireva hita shantarama vyupetya Dipayate vridita hetu samana dharma Yastadrikeva hicha vishnutaya vibhati Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Yakarnanam yachavale pachitisma yoga Nirammananda jagananda saroma kupaha Adara shakti mavalam yaparam swamurtim Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yaste kanishvasita kalamatavalamya Jivanti lopa vilaja jagadantanataha Vishnur mahansaya yasya kala vishesho Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Vasvanyatashma sakaleshu nidechu dechaha Iyam kiyam prakatyara pitatadvaladra Ramaya esha gagadanda vidana karta Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Yat pada palara yugam vinidaya kumbha Vanve pranama samaye sagadadiraja Vignam nihantu mahalasya jagatrayasya Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami
Agnir mahiga gaganam bumarutti shascha Kalastadatma manisi Bhavanti Chagatrayani Yasmat Bhavanti Vibhavanti Vishantiyam Cha Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami
Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Yachakshuresha Salita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samasta Suramurti Rashesha Tejaha Yasyajnaya Gramati Sambrata Kala Chatro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Dharmuta Papa Nichaya Shutaya Stapamsi Sammadi Chitti Padaga Vayascha Jiva Yathana Matra Vibhava Prakata Prabhava Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami
Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasmindra Gopa Matarendra Mahosvakarma Bandhana Rupa Palabhajamanathanoti Karmadi Nirdahati Kintu Shabhakti Bhajam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yankroda Kama Sahaja Pranayani Viki Vatsalya Moha Guru Kaurava Selya Bhavahe Sanchitya Kasya Sadishintamora Purete Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Ajnanaatimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Gurudev to everyone. Good morning. The verse from Srimad Bhagavatam for today is Canto 10, Chapter 9, Verse 4. Tamstanya kama asadya matnantim jananim hari gritva dadi mantanam nyasadat pritimavaham. The meaning is, one day, while Mother Yashoda churned butter, Lord Krishna, wanting to drink the milk of her breast, came before her, and in order to increase her bhav, took hold of the churning rod to stop her from churning. And here, at this moment, was the situation where Yashoda Maya was taking care of Balakrishna, but at the same time she was doing her householding. She was taking care, she was actually cooking butter. She was cooking the milk, and in that moment Krishna wanted to be fed by her. And he saw that she was busy in her own, and what he did, he went there, he stopped her from what she's doing, that she may feed him. And in that moment she took him and put in her lap. She started to feed him, but suddenly, what happened? Again, she started to hear the milk overflowing. And in that moment, she thought, oh my God, I need to go to take care. She put Krishna again down on the floor. She went there to turn the milk. And in that moment, Krishna thought, okay, you didn't get it. You are still there cooking the milk. Okay, now I will make a big mess. And Krishna started, in that moment, to start to break the butter pots and made such a mess that Yashoda heard all these pots breaking. And suddenly she stopped. She went to look. She saw a mess. And she saw the little prints, footprints on the floor, white, like buttery color. Going, and she thought, okay, now I will give him a lesson. And that moment afterwards started the Damodara Lila. But this to understand the situation. But why I choose this verse? Because actually, what happened? She, Yashoda Maya, was taking care of some things about precious. Some things that for her, it's so important, Govinda. She was, in that time, to make the butter was taking all day long. The effort of cooking on having look, and for her was so important. And Krishna, Bhagavan himself, we can see in our life how many times we are doing something that we consider so useful, so precious in our life. And suddenly Bhagavan needs to come to remind us. He needs to stop us by turning this, what we think that is. And he stopped us, he reminds actually us to divert our attention to him. Actually, he started to tell us there is something much more important on what you are doing right now. And actually, in that moment, to Yashoda, actually, it awakened her this bhav towards Krishna, this Vatsalya bhav. And she stopped there, everything. She took Krishna to feed him. You know. And again, when she forgot, Bhagavan is again here to remind us again. If you will not understand in one way, I will show you in another way. And this is actually the mercy that he don't give up. If we sometimes give up, he will never give up. And something that I would like to speak today is how Bhagavan come in our life, how he drawn to him. And I guess everybody can relate in our own life how he appeared, how he manifest. And Govinda. And I can see in my story, actually. I remember when I was in a college, then in university, I was studying to become nurse, and everything was kind of, you know know already what you want to do in your life. You're preparing yourself, you like it, you enjoy it. But I remember when I was in a class, I had always had this kind of inner feeling that somehow, yes, I will finish this, but will not ultimately be the duty of my life. That actually there is something else more important. There is, actually I will go away from this country that I was living. But somehow I was so engaged in my life, in my, let's call it mundane life, that I couldn't really understand of what is this longing really. And I was thinking like, I will to visit the countries, I will adventure myself, I will travel here, there, I will work a little bit in this country or something, so I will go in other. And kind of I was fantasizing because I couldn't really give an imprint and a picture about this inner feeling. Until one day, when I finished my studying, I started to work in the hospital. I was thinking like, okay, this feeling is not disappearing at all. Actually, it's so increasing that I can't anymore think like, yes, one day, Govinda. Yeah, one day I will do this change. One day I will follow this inner call. No. I remember that moment I decided to quit everything and to follow this inner feeling. That moment wasn't just kind of adventuring, making more kind of experience, or no, actually was something more greater to find inside. And I remember when I quit everything, I decided, okay, it's the moment to take the backpack and start to walk. It came a person that approached me, and we started to chat, and then she gave me a picture, a little picture, and told me, this is my master. And that moment was my first encounter with Guruji through a picture. But funny enough, I still wasn't ready, because when I took this picture, I said, okay, nice. He looked like a young guy, saintly. And I told her, but actually, nice, but I'm following the teachings of another master. You know, that was helping me a lot to work with myself. And she answered me, yes, it's so amazing when you find your master, you have such an inner joy. Your heart is overflowing. You're recognized directly. And you know that he is the one. He is your master. And this triggered me, because I didn't yet experience that. And anyway, I was okay. I had this inner question, like, why I didn't experience yet this? I took this picture with me because it was a saintly picture. Even if I didn't recognize yet, I wasn't ready. I still thought this like a holy picture. I can't just throw it some things away. I put it in my pocket. And in the same day, because I needed kind of a guidance, I was thinking like, Bhagavan told, okay, I'm sending you myself in the form of the Sadguru. You don't recognize me. Okay, I will give you some guidelines. And what I received, another person came and looked at me and told me, you need to read this book. It's a autobiography of a yogi. And in my ignorance, I was like, wow, yogi sounds so spiritual. I say, yes, I will take it, I will read it, because I felt that I was so angry inside. I wanted so much to feed myself that the worldly life couldn't until now feed me. For this reason, I left it everything. I saw, yes, from this book, there is for sure some meaning why. And this started my journey with a picture of him and a book that will bring me to this realization. You know, this is, it's amazing. It's amazing how the Lord come in our life and stop us from doing what we are thinking that it's important, precious in that moment. When I left everything to search for this first calling inside that I couldn't explain or give a picture on it, he came through a photo. And even then, I couldn't grasp it. He came through a book that will guide me, knowing that actually I'm not longing for an outside adventure, to go to, at that moment I remember I wanted to explore all the world, all the continents. I wanted to be in Amazonia, I wanted to be in India, I wanted to be in Canada. Make all this, what I was looking in National Geographic, I was thinking this maybe will fulfill me. But actually not. Suddenly he stopped you from this what you're thinking is for you to remind you the higher purpose of our life. And is this relationship with Bhagavan. Get to know about him. Because actually, by his mercy, he revealed himself in 7 forms. He manifests himself. And the most highest, and the transcendental form, the Paravasudeva, is the first one, and is the one that is above all his manifestation, all above all his creation, and he resides in Vaikuntha. The second one is the Vyuha. He manifests in different form to govern the creation. There is the Vibhava, his incarnation, his avatars, when he incarnate as a Sadguru. And there it's more easy for us already to relate with him, to see him, to engage with him. He's also in a form of Antaryami. He's the 4th form, where he is as Paramatma, residing in our heart. The 5th one is Archana, as a form, external form, as a Murti. What you're doing now, we are praising him in the form, in a Murti. And the last 2 that actually Guruji added is the Shastra, the Holy Scriptures, and Nam, his name. As means he manifests himself in different forms where we can come close to him, where we can get about him. And this is, there was actually one sweet story that happened 1 month ago. Was here a family with a little child, 9 years old, and was sweet to see how this child had this kind of a feeling always towards Krishna, and she wanted to learn all what you're doing here, but to please Krishna, to engage with Krishna. And she learned how to do the puja, the simple puja, and for her it was something so great in that moment that I remember she asked me, can we do it together? She wanted that we do it together, that she can learn more about it. I told her, yeah, we can do it, but only after the final Arati, because I'm so busy, please wait me, and then we do it. We take all the time. And she told me, yes, okay. I remember I was here doing to Saraswati, and suddenly I saw like a child running from seminar towards here and looking from outside how long will take time, all of this. I see her like looking like, saying like, okay, it's not so much. I saw her again running back to prepare everything, and it was so sweet. When I went there, was everything set up, and I was thinking like, it's such a blessing at that age that Bhagavan manifests to her, that she had this feeling, this longing, that in that moment she could do many things that a child like to play, but no. She wanted to engage with Krishna. She wanted to take care of Krishna. She had this insight, this love for Bala Krishna. And it was so sweet. It was so sweet to see how he come in our life. And it's like somebody come to you, because when I always remember about my life, it seems like somebody come to you and give you like a ticket. Come with me to have a look in a kino, in a cinema. And it is an amazing movie. And you go there, you sit there, you start to see, you see like it's an adventure movie. It's many details, everything is flowing, everything is so perfectly done that you enjoy so much. But by passing the time, you start to realize that actually this movie is so familiar, is actually your life itself. And more you're watching this, you see that the two main actors actually, that are only about you and Bhagavan. You see that this movie is all about this relationship of the lover and beloved, about the master and his servant, about the father and his son. And like this, when we are thinking about it, when we are engaging in this smarana, remembering our experiencing, our awakening, how he came in our life. And that is only about you and him. And there is no greatest mercy of this. There is one a nice story of a Vittala saint. He's called Saint Jagamitra Naga from Maharashtra, around 1330. And he was a Brahmin who lived on alms and was singing all day long kirtans. And everybody was loving him. They saw him as a saintly person. And they went to him, they were engaging in a kirtan, they were feeling this love for Bhagavan. And one day, actually there were other people that were kind of envious of him. And they burned his house. And the villagers, they were so like taking care of him that they told, okay, we will give him another place. We will build a little hut for him that he may stay with us. And they did that. They were taking care of him until came an authority, a new person there, an authority that he was taking care of the region. And he was like, who is that guy that everybody is praising him, taking care of him? I don't like him. I will challenge him. And he went to him and told him, you know, there is a wedding of my daughter, and I want from you that you bring a living tiger as a present for the wedding. If it doesn't happen, I will take away your property. And Jagamitra Naga, the one that was engaging day and night with Vittala Panduringa, the one that was seeing in everyone Bhagavan, that whatever was coming to him, he was taking it as prasad, as Bhagavan order, that he was. And he was thinking like, oh Bhagavan, you want me that I take a tiger? I take you form you as a tiger and to bring to him? Okay, I will do it. And he went in a forest praising Bhagavan, and he heard a huge roar. And at the moment he screamed, Vittala, Vittala, you already came, you know. Come here, Vittala. And the tiger jumped in front of him and started to play with him. And he hugged him and told, Vittala, thank you, Vittala. Now we go together to this person. And suddenly he was following, he was having the tiger with him. They went in a village and everybody get scared because these tigers start to roar. Everybody was like running away. And when they reached the house of this authority person, the tiger roared so much that the window started to shake. The door started to shake, and he got so scared in that moment that he told from his house, he couldn't even come out. He started to ask for forgiveness. Because at that moment he understood why people were loving him, that this person wasn't just a normal guy, was a saint, was a person that realized Bhagavan, the highest purpose of our life. And at that moment he asked for forgiveness. And we can see that Bhagavan, he wants to be fully in our life. He wants to give fully himself. He come many times to remind us in many ways, as stopping us from churning our milk, what we think that is important, to break our pots, or what we are holding in our life that we think is more precious than him. He come in many ways to remind us. Until by his grace and our effort, we can reach to this point that we can see him day and night, engage with him day and night. And I hope that, to start to hug the tigers, first we need to realize, I hope nobody will go to the zoo and start to hug snakes and tigers, to maybe read somewhere a person wanted to show that Bhagavan reside in the tiger. I wanted to to show it. No, first we need to realize it, to reach that point. And why I shared all this about my experience, how he came, about this little child, and to see this, the most higher state of the saint, that he had this relationship with Bhagavan, is the importance about smarana, about remembering our moments with him, how he came in our life, how he manifests, how in daily life, how he withdraw our attention towards him. How he called us for our journey with him. And this is the greatness, actually the power of smarana, of remembering. And many times when I'm doing here seva, you get busy and stressed. And often I start to engage here and there, if I will reach in time to do all of this, and suddenly I start to feel empty in that moment. I start to think, what is wrong? And then I remember, oh wow, Bhagavan, I forgot about you. I forgot about you, that you are here, present with him. I took you away from what I'm doing, actually, by listening of him, about doing japa, remembering his name. And again it comes this reminder that he's the one that fulfill our life. He's the one that come in the form of our Gurudev, of Guruji, that we may engage directly. And this is the grace and about remembering and thinking about him. Jai Gurudev.
Yamitato Narasimho.
Yato yato yamitato narasimho.
Yato yato Yamitato Narasimho.
Yato yato yamitato narasimho.
Mahir Narasimho, Ridaye Narasimho.
Mahir narasimho, ridaye narasimho.
Mahir Narasimho, Ridaye Narasimho.
Mahir narasimho, ridaye narasimho.
Narasimha Mahim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimha Mahim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimha Mahim Sharanam Prapadye.
Narasimha Mahim Sharanam Prapadye.
Avakara Kamalavare Nakamakuta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Eshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Avakara Kamalavare Nakama Buddha Shringa Dalika Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare
Jayo Nashingadev, 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 Jayo Nashingadev,
Jayo Nashingadev, 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 Jayo Nashingadev.
Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakta Swarupa, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj,
Jayo Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakta Swarupa, Jayo Prahlad Maharaj.
Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev, Sri Vishwananda Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev. Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala me. Yadiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala me.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala me. Yadiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala, Mangala me.
Yatindraya, Karunakaraya, Mangala, Mangala me. प्रपतिदमे काराताय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
प्रपतिदमे काराताय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रामानुज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे यतिराज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रामानुज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे यतिराज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
सलिग्राम प्रतिष्ठिताय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
सलिग्राम प्रतिष्ठिताय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
त्रिदण्डधारिणि गोदगजाय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
त्रिदण्डधारिणि गोदगजाय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रामानुज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे यतिराज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रामानुज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे यतिराज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रङ्गे साकेङ्कयारताय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रङ्गे शाके कयारताय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
मननताय धरिणीधराय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
अनन्तताय दरिद्राय मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रामानुज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे यतिराज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
रामानुज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे यतिराज रामानुज मङ्गल मङ्गल मे
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे
स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे
सजनों के संकट सजनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे जो जावे फल पावे दुख विनसे मन का स्वामी दुख विनसे मन का सुख संपत्ति करावे सुख संपत्ति करावे कष्ट मिटे ननका ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता तुम में शरण गहु में किसकी स्वामी शरण गहु में किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा तुम बिना और न दूजा आश करूं मैं किसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतरयामी स्वामी तुम अंतरयामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता तुम पालन करता मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम हो एक गोचर सबके प्राणपति हम सबके प्राणपति किस विधि मिलो दयामय किस विधि मिलो कृपामय तुमको मैं कुमति ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे करुणा हटा बजाओ करुणा हटा बजाओ शरण पदा तेरे ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पापारो देवा स्वामी पापारो Tana mana dhana sabane tera, Swami sab kuch hai tera, Swami sab kuch hai tera, tera tujhko arpan, tera tujhko arpan, kya lage mera. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. Bhakta janon ke sankata, dasa janon ke sankata, jana mein dur kare. Om Jai Jagadish Hare, man chakar rakho ji, kidari lala chakar rakho ji, kidari lala chakar rakho ji, kidari lala chakar rakho ji, man chakar rakho ji, kidari lala chakar rakho ji, kidari lala chakar rakho ji, kidari lala chakar rakho ji. Chakra rakho, chakra rakho, chakra rakho ji. Chakra rakho, chakra rakho, chakra rakho ji. Man chakra rakho ji, kidari lala chakra rakho ji. Shama mane chakra rakho ji, kidari lala chakra rakho ji. Govinda mane chakra rakho ji, kidari lala chakra rakho ji, kidari lala chakra rakho ji, kidari lala chakra rakho ji. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya draginam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Govinda. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityo ma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om. Prem se bolo Lakshmi Narayana Bhagavan ki, Prem se bolo Sri Bhutabhrteshwarnath Bhagavan ki, Prem se bolo Shri Radha Krishna Kanhaiya Lala ki, Prem se bolo Mahavatar Kriya Baba ji ki, Prem se bolo Shri Bhutabhrteshwarnath ki, Prem se bolo Satgurudeva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki jai. Om Lim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janavallabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Parakarma Mantra Yantra Tantra Aushadasya Sastrani Savraya Samraya Nichor Mochaya Mochaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Diti Jvala Pritaya Savaneshwara Umpat Parashmahe Parabrahmane Paramyotishe Svaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om. Jai Jai Shri Ram.